Miracle Boy Boxing, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, the one and only hosting Cruz, bringing you another exciting edition of boxing. Don't forget to hit and to like, subscribe to my channel. It's always greatly appreciated. Stay tuned. Miracle Boy Boxing, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, hosting Cruz, and wow, what a fight, ladies and gentlemen, in the light heavyweight division. It is, in my opinion, one of the best light heavyweight fights I've seen in quite some time. And I've seen many of them. I've seen many of them from Antonio Tarver, Roy Jones versus Roy Jones. There's a tremendous trilogy those two fighters had. Um, to Benavidez versus Bivol. Um, the list goes on and on, guys. And this is one of them. David Benavidez versus David Morrell has lived up to expectation because the build up for the fight has been one of the best build ups you'll see in any fight. A lot of trash talk, um, F this, F that. I'm gonna F you up, I'm gonna F you up. Come and try it. I wanna see you do it. All that back and forth. And many fights for the build and many fights during the build up be like that, a lot of trash talk. And when that bell rings, all that talking doesn't get backed up. The fight, meaning the fight doesn't live up. It's not much time. You don't get to see fights live up to expectations after plenty trash talking throughout the press conference and build up. A lot of fights have really good build ups and disappoint. But David Benavidez and David Morrell um, are out of that list. They did the trash talking, and when that bell rung, they did the fighting. And boxing fans um, got treated to one heck of a fight. From round 1 to 12, I'm there to sitting down, just entertained by these two light heavyweight warriors, man. These two tremendous fighters. Um, I was entertained from round 1 to round 12. These two guys going back and forth. Um, both fighters having tremendous moments. Um, at times you'll think David Morrell is succumbing to the pressure and the combinations of Benavidez, but then he comes back with counters, with right hooks, left hands, uppercuts, defense, getting out of harm's way. Both guys all busted up. David Benavidez with a busted lip, slight cut on the left eyelid, or right up underneath his eyebrow. And both guys, man, having their moments and landing their shots. Uh, what a fight. I mean, this is one of the best David Benavidez fights I've seen, man. Like, David Benavidez was in tough. And what else you can expect? Because if you know, if you really follow boxing, you follow David Morrell. David Morrell was coming in. He was a threat, man. Highly skilled Cuban, crafty Cuban, a decorated amateur career. No gold medals like many Cubans in the Olympics, but he has racked up some gold medals in the amateur ranks, Pan Am Games and stuff. And he's a former champion at 168. Now, and a year or two ago, he put a good fighter in a coma. Forgot his name, but he was from Kazakhstan. At the Army in Minnesota, I think it was the main event. And it was a 12-round fight, and Morrell put on a boxing clinic. And the guy was so tough, man. He hung on and took punishment for all 12 rounds. And he ended up going to the hospital and going into a coma. He got out of the coma eventually. I think it was a month. I think it was months of coma Forgot what it was, a month of coma or a year, and he of course he can't fight again. He was able to come out of that coma and go home to his family. But it shows how dangerous David Morrell was coming into this fight. And it showed. It showed David Morrell, even in defeat, showed how good he really is as a fighter. He was having a lot of moments against David Benavidez. The combinations didn't get to him. The pressure didn't get to him. Even when it looked like he was getting fooled, he was going to fold. He fought back. Even dropped David Benavidez with a counter right hook. Looked like a flash knockdown or a slip, but if you look at the replay, they called it a knockdown. It was a right hook that landed. And then the referee taking a point away from David Morrell right after he dropped him because he hit a little bit right after the bell, just like a slight second, and the referee took a point. Um, Congratulations to David Benavidez beating a really good fighter, David Morrell, dangerous fighter, David Morrell, um, former world champion, David Morrell, and David Morrell showed why he's one of the most avoided fighters in the sport because he is just that. He got punching power, he's slick, he's crafty, and he can fight. He showed that. He showed it tonight. Like he's Cuban, but I can stand toe to toe. I'm not no typical Islamic Lara, Regondeao. A lot of these Cubans just hit and don't get hit. Morel didn't show that. He showed that, but he also showed some toe-to-toe actions in this fight because all that trash talking both guys sounded like they wanted to kill each other, and they did show us that the punches they were throwing, they wanted to knock each other out. You saw the bad blood that was boiling was definitely shown in the ring tonight. It was really a really good fight, one of the best light heavyweight fights I've seen, and kudos to both men for giving us a tremendous fight. Boxing needed that fight. Um, Glad it lived up. You know, David Morrell, he'll definitely be back. He's still a threat, still dangerous. And David Benavidez, man, on to bigger and better things. He was able to retain his WBA light heavyweight crown. Arthur Beterbiev has the WBA light heavyweight crown as well. He's the undisputed light heavyweight champion. But I think David Benavidez has the regular WBA light heavyweight title, and now the interim and also the interim WBC light heavyweight title. So a fight with him and Artur Beterbiev that would be a crazy fight at 175. Both guys aggressive, hard punchers. David Benavidez with hand speed combinations. Beterbiev with the thudding, crushing power. Yeah, it's a great fight. But it's about Morel and Benavidez, man, putting on a tremendous light heavyweight showdown that'll be talked about for many years to come. And yeah, I just want to come here and talk to you guys about that immediately after the fight, man. I just, you know, I was just so excited to come on here and talk about this fight, because it's been a long day for me, and where I'm from, it's about night time, night. But I said, you know what? Before I go to sleep, I said I'm gonna do a video before I go to sleep because I'm excited. I got so excited after the fight. I gotta put in a video before I go to sleep, and here I am. But I hope you guys enjoyed the fight like I did, man. David Benavidez and David Morrell kicked ass tonight, kicked each other ass tonight for us. It was a great fight, one of the best light heavyweight showdowns I've ever seen, like I said. And on to bigger and better things for David Benavidez and David Morrell. Will be back. Miracle Boy Boxing, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Austin Cruz. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, guys. It is always a pleasure to talk to you guys about boxing. and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.